Introduction. Historical conflicts and modern international laws. Historical conflicts have significantly influenced the development of modern international laws. From the aftermath of wars to the need for diplomatic solutions, conflicts have shaped legal frameworks designed to regulate state behavior, protect human rights, and maintain global order. The Treaty of Westphalia, Foundations of Sovereignty. The Treaty of Westphalia, concluded in 1648, ended the 30 Years' War in Europe and laid the groundwork for the modern state system. This treaty established the principles of national sovereignty and non-intervention, recognizing the rights of states to govern their own territories without external interference. These principles continue to underpin contemporary international law and relations, emphasizing state sovereignty and the importance of diplomatic resolution. The Hague Conventions. Early efforts at regulating warfare. The Hague Conventions of 1899 and 1907 were among the first international efforts to regulate warfare and establish rules for armed conflict. These conventions addressed issues such as the treatment of prisoners of war, the protection of civilians, and the conduct of hostilities. They laid the foundation for modern humanitarian law and established precedents for subsequent treaties and conventions aimed at regulating armed conflict and protecting human rights. The Geneva Conventions. Advancing humanitarian law. The Geneva Conventions, first adopted in 1864 and revised in subsequent years, represent a significant advancement in humanitarian law. These conventions set standards for the treatment of wounded and sick soldiers, prisoners of war, and civilians in conflict zones. The conventions have been updated and expanded over time, reflecting the evolving nature of conflicts and the need to protect individuals affected by warfare. They are central to modern international humanitarian law and continue to guide the conduct of armed forces and humanitarian organizations. The Nuremberg Trials. Establishing accountability for war crimes. The Nuremberg Trials, held after World War II, marked a pivotal moment in international law by prosecuting war crimes and crimes against humanity. The trials established the principle of individual accountability for egregious violations of international law and set precedents for prosecuting war criminals. This legacy influenced the creation of international criminal tribunals and the International Criminal Court, ICC, which continues to address crimes such as genocide, war crimes, and crimes against humanity. The United Nations. Creating a framework for global governance. The establishment of the United Nations, UN, in 1945 was a direct response to the devastation of World War II and aimed to prevent future conflicts through international cooperation and diplomacy. The UN Charter, which outlines principles of peace, security, and human rights, serves as the cornerstone of the modern international legal system. The UN has played a central role in developing international laws and norms, addressing global challenges, and mediating conflicts. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights, promoting global standards. Adopted in 1948, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, UDHR, represents a significant milestone in the promotion of human rights and the development of international law. The UDHR established fundamental rights and freedoms that apply universally, regardless of nationality or status. It has influenced numerous international treaties, conventions, and national laws aimed at protecting human rights and promoting social justice. The Law of the Sea. Regulating maritime disputes. The Law of the Sea, embodied in the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, UNCLOS, of 1982, addresses maritime disputes and the use of ocean resources. Historical conflicts over territorial waters and maritime rights led to the development of legal frameworks that regulate navigational rights, exclusive economic zones, and resource management. UNCLOS provides a comprehensive legal regime for maritime affairs and reflects the need to balance national interests with international cooperation. Counterterrorism and international security, responding to new threats. The rise of terrorism and non-state actors has prompted the development of international legal frameworks to address security threats. The response to the September 11 attacks in 2001 led to new international conventions and resolutions focused on counterterrorism, including measures to prevent financing of terrorism and enhance international cooperation. These developments reflect the evolving nature of conflicts and the need for legal responses to emerging global challenges. Conclusion. The enduring impact of historical conflicts on international law. Historical conflicts have profoundly influenced the evolution of modern international laws by shaping principles of sovereignty, humanitarian protection, accountability, and global governance. From early treaties to contemporary legal frameworks, the legacy of conflicts continues to guide the development and implementation of international laws that address both traditional and emerging challenges. Understanding this legacy highlights the ongoing relevance of historical experiences in shaping the current legal landscape.